explorers. Welcome to our channel, Those Middling Adults Explorations. I'm Rick, this is Trish. A little bit about our channel real quick. We've been doing this for about 5 years or so. We finally got up to nerve to do it. Found inspiration from a couple of channels. I want to thank them channels right now. The Bell Life, Justin, Trey, Amy, and Garrett. Thank you for all the laughs, all the good times, and making everybody happy. Also want to thank Urban Ghost Urban Explorations, Rob and Joe, for making ghost exploration and exploring abandoned buildings exciting, a little bit scary at times. We are going to say a little prayer anytime we come to do any kind of ghost explorations. So you can join in some whenever you want. Another thing about our channel, we're going to do a little bit of ghost explorations, exploring abandoned buildings, maybe some reviews of businesses and restaurants, and take you on a little bit of trips with us sometimes. The cemetery that we're in right now, we want to bring it to you during the daytime to see what it looks. We're going to come back here at night. We have permission to come back here at night for a couple hours. We're also going to take you to a park that has I believe a military cemetery in it. It's very small because there was battles back in the Civil War, I'm guessing, there. And the reason we come to this cemetery because there's a lot of older graves here back in the mid-1800s and earlier. Before we come back tonight, we're not going to do the prayer now. We're going to do the prayer tonight when we actually do the ghost hunting, because we got a spirit box and whatnot. So, do you have anything to say?
Nope.
Nope.
We might say a prayer before some restaurant reviews too.
Oh yeah, we'll have to do that. Excuse the camera moving, it's awful windy here. So we're going to take you through here real quick, and then hopefully we can get over to the park before they lock the gate. But we can get in there tonight because we've got permission to go back in. So we're going to at least take you in there and hopefully see what it looks like during the daytime. So, without further ado, let's go.
Just missed the rainbow.
Yeah, there was a rainbow. I think it was hailing off in the distance earlier. Now some of these tombstones are really old, but they're in really excellent condition. I got one over there, 1868. Look how good shape it is. Now we do know that, pretty sure that there's soldiers from the Civil War buried here. There is two parts of the cemetery. This is the older part, and then there's a newer part. We're going to bring you to the older part. Now, just keep in mind, our camera shuts off at 29 minutes, so we'll have to restart it again. We want to try to keep our videos 30 minutes or less if possible. Now, by the way, the Urban Ghost Urban Explorations and the Bell Life, we have never met any of them individuals. It's just through watching their videos and their channels that inspired us. So please check out their channels, the Bell Life and Urban Ghost Urban Explorations. Now here's something I did want to show you. The statue here. That's going up here. We'll show it again tonight. And it says, in memory of Union soldiers who lie buried in unknown graves. Let's see right here. Revolutionary War. This don't go back all that far. Now tonight we're not gonna walk all this right now. We're gonna probably walk down here at the Y in the road and go back and try to get over to the park before they lock the gates. Now bear with me if I record the pavement. Try not to. Now there is also, I've heard stories that not too far from here, might be out there on the road, but I think it's a headless soldier that shows up every now and then out there by a bridge. I'm not for sure about that. I'll have to check in on that. The park that we're going to go to, I'm not going to divulge the name of that either. Maybe at a later date we'll come back and do it again. And especially the cemetery, if it turns out that we get any kind of results tonight. So we're going to go about right here. And sorry if I'm breathing hard, but I'm a little overweight. I mean, there's some really old graves here. Very old. And we'll go up there tonight. That was what we call a little crypt. And see if we can get a spirit reading up there. I do have an EMF meter. We can try that. My spirit box is this an app I downloaded on my old phone. And I brought a Bluetooth speaker so you can hear it a little bit better. If I start getting results on it, I might invest in a little bit better spirit box. One you can actually record the voices. Alrighty, well, see, it goes on back here a little bit further. Well, we'll cover all this tonight if we don't get winded.
That's sweet. Somebody still comes to put something out here.
Oh, here's an old one. That's sad that that's like that. I mean, this look the age.
Yeah, but where would the body go?
It must be underneath the tree. The age on some of these tombstones. And they're still in really good shape. Okay, let's head back to the car. It'll curve around. Got a little story to tell you real quick. Back when I was a teenager in high school, the city I lived in, they had a youth employment program where you can work for some local businesses during the summer, make some extra money, and it went from like first, second week of June to about the first week of August. It always stopped about 2 weeks before school started. So I worked for this city 5 days a week. When they ran out of things for me to do, they asked me if I wanted to go work at the local cemetery, which I did. I showed up here real early in the morning. Sometimes it's foggy. I always heard, every now and then I heard babies crying. I heard women crying. But I got over at this one section and I was trimming around the tombstone with a gas-powered trimmer. Now the grave I was at wasn't real old, but it wasn't new. And I come around the front of it, and about 3 feet from that headstone, I stepped in a hole. Well, that hole was deep enough that my whole leg went in it. I racked my nuts, but I can guarantee you that I came out of that hole faster than I went in it. I'm sure nothing's going to get me, but I ain't going to take that chance. This is a maintenance building. Now there is another cemetery that we know of. It's not that big. Rumor has it there's an old building there. It's been there since the cemetery was started. And it was back in 1800s. And rumor has it, back in that day they didn't have all this power equipment. So, rumor has it that during the winter time when the ground was so cold that they couldn't dig, they stored the bodies in this building until the ground thawed. I know the fact that the building is still there, and I know you need permission to go in there after dark, so I'm going to work on that, and we'll go up there and see if we can get a spirit reading at that building. The cemetery, like I said, it's not that big. It won't take long to walk around it. And there's a couple other ones I want to take you to. I know of another one that's huge. You can actually get lost in it. We probably won't go there at night, but we'll take you there during the daytime because it's not in that great of an area in the city. I don't really, especially want to take my wife here. So, we'll just take you there in the daytime because there's some really neat monuments over there that you need to see. So, yes, that is the exploration machine, if you want to call it. Ha ha ha. But anywho, so we're going to pause this and hopefully go over to the park and show you what that looks real quick. And then we'll come back here about, say 10 o'clock tonight. So, there she goes. She don't want to be in the camera. So, we'll see you here in a few minutes.